Mr. Fight Fan TV. How you doing, guys? We're here today with Craig Spider Richards. How we doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good as always.
Obviously, you had a fight yesterday. Fight you're cool with Too Slick Chad Snuggen, a fighter from Nottingham, ex-world champion kickboxer. It was a tough cookie, weren't he?
Very tough, You know, when I heard he was the youngest world champion kickboxer, I thought, and he hadn't been stopped in kickboxing or boxing, I thought he was going to be tough, but I could be the first one. Mate, he was a tough cookie.
Obviously, let's get straight into the nitty gritty. You been robbed?
Mate, I'm waiting for my cab number from the police. Report that robbery of a draw.
Trending all over. A lot of people had a lot to say about the victory. Obviously, the general consensus is that, you did get the victory, but you maybe could have stepped through the gears a bit. Would you agree with that?
100%. I definitely felt like I stayed in my comfort zone a bit too much, and I could have went through the gears. And maybe I could have possibly even forced the stoppage if I went through the gears more, but I thought I'd get him out once I catch him with a few more shots. But he was tough, and his corner was willing to take the risk and kept him in there, and he got through the rounds.
Obviously, it's not Chad's fault, what happened with the decision and stuff. What was the referee doing in there?
Mate, I don't know. Yeah, that needs reviewing, but I don't know what he was doing in there. Everyone was round ringside, everyone was in there was confused as each other. No one knew what was happening. I don't know what he was seeing in there, because he would have saw him clinging on rounds and getting through the rounds, and is what it is. Not gonna cry with spilt milk.
Yeah, obviously I heard Chad had a fight penciled. I think was it for the 21st, but I believe so he was in camp. So he was ready. He was ready for the fight.
He was ready. He had a good 8-week camp.
So it was his opportunity, to make a name for himself.
Yeah, 100%. He had a good 8-week camp. He was thriving for his fight, in his hometown, and then he got the opportunity. He's been asking for an opportunity for a while. He got his opportunity, and he called me out before. So when the other guy didn't want to fight on the 19th no more, and I weren't sure if I was fighting, and he called me out for the 19th because he was ready to go that week. I took it. I took it. It wasn't what I was preparing for, and I probably wasn't originally what he was preparing for. But he had a good 8-week camp, and we went out there and delivered a good fight. But I felt like and everyone feels like there was only one winner in there.
Obviously, everyone knows there was meant to be a British title fight between you and Shakan before this fight was announced. It didn't go on. Purse bids happened once, then for some reason went back to purse bids and happened again, which McHennessy won. Would you say you was overlooking Chad a bit?
I wouldn't say overlooking, but maybe the focus was getting drawn away a little bit, because obviously this British title was big news. Everyone's looking forward to that. Everyone keeps talking about it, and it was just kind of like, I think the occasion everyone was overlooking Chad, and I was having to stay on the ball because I knew that he's a good fighter, and I knew where he was coming from. I knew he'd been fighting his whole life, and he was a tough guy, and I knew he wanted this opportunity, so I knew he'd be game for it. So I had to keep on my game. But at the same time, it was hard staying focused on him, knowing what I had coming up.
Alright, let's get into the part all the fans want to know. These British title fights, always come across, like there's some needle, or sometimes, people fighting and they're best friends, but sometimes you do need a bit of needle to get up for fights, don't you?
Yeah.
Shakan, how do you feel about him?
I used to think he was alright, but now I just think he's acting like a donut. So I'm up for it. I'm ready to go. This is the sort of fight that I will be getting up for. Chad is a very nice guy. So it was hard to really get up for it. He's really nice, polite. His team, his family is nice. But this guy's been a prick. So, these are the fights. It just reminds me of kind of like a year ago, the same situation with Jake. Jake was going on social media saying this and all back and forth. And it's now I'm back in that similar situation. So I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. I'll be up for it, and I will be going through the gears.
Obviously, seeing your performance last night, would you think Shakan, is thinking, licking his lips, thinking, he's really putting a good performance there,
Yeah, I think what he's going to think is, although I was breaking the boy down and hurting him, I think he's gonna think, oh, he wasn't going through the gears, he wasn't doing this, he wasn't doing that. I would do this if he did that, but he's not gonna understand. It's gonna be a whole different proposition, whole different fight, and a whole different animal on the table for him. So I hope he does. Actually, I don't. Be prepared, because whatever he's prepared or not, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm coming.
Obviously, you're fighting for the the illustrious British title.
Cheers.
Like a lot of boxers who do turn over in the UK, that's like a ultimate goal for them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you have the chance to finally fight for it. Not a lot of boxers can say they fought for a British title. How you feeling about that?
I feel good, For me, this never been the pinnacle of my career. I've never thought, I want to be British champion. That's what I've come into the game for. But it's a good place to head towards the right direction, to tick that off, to move on and build more experience, and then obviously one day move on to world honours, and that's what it's about, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Now let's move on. Obviously, like I mentioned before, this fight will be on Channel 5.
Yeah.
McHennessy won the purse bids.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's on terrestrial TV,
Mm-hmm.
free TV, Freeview as they call it. So you'll be open. All your fans and I guess the new fan base will be open. You'll be open to a new fan base, and your fans will be able to watch you for free. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel good. Most people are like, oh, it's not on your show and your home show on Sky, but look, I was on my home show yesterday and it didn't do me any favours.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But it's good. It will open a new fan base, a wide audience, and we look forward to that moment of going out there and getting new fans and letting everyone deliver. You got to take the positives of it. Getting paid well, new fan base, new venture on this, and more opportunity something to get yourself up for and thrive towards, because it's a new thing for me, and when you're opening a new door, it's exciting, so you get back up for it.
Obviously, this is a McHennessy show. I don't know if Shaq's a McHennessy fighter, but obviously what happened last night, would you feel like you're not going to try and leave anything to the judges anymore? Or?
Nah, I've got to do a number on him. I know I've got to do a number on him, and that's what we're going out to do. We're going to do a number on him, and at some point in that fight, he's going to understand that. So yeah, that's what I believe we're going to do. And we've had our year this year, 3 good top light heavyweights in the UK. So we've done our apprenticeship in preparing for this now. And now we've got to take this year into 2020 and go and deliver that.
Shakan, what do you think is a good fighter? Obviously, do you think he's jumped the gun a bit, or do you think he deserves this opportunity?
No, I think it's early for him. I believe he just won the English title. We've seen time and time again people win the English title and they've not got the opportunity. You've got like Dick Spellman, he wasn't mandatory after winning it. Kurt Garvey, I think, was the one before him. I think Conroy was before him, and I think he defended it a few times before he got an opportunity to push up. I feel like Shaq got his opportunity based on the fact that everyone's tied up in the golden contract and the ones behind him was tied up in the eliminator. So he was just fortunate at the time that he's been around to get a shot now.
Alright, so Christmas coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Hey, we're gonna enjoy Christmas, see the family, because guess what? I got my Christmas money. No, I'm joking, but no, I'm not joking. No, I'm joking. No. We're gonna go and enjoy Christmas. Taking a week or so off is it's gonna be good for the body to rest. I've been in camp, just beating my body down for months and months and months on end. So it's now good to refresh it. Take a week or so off to get the mind right, to bite at a bit again, to get back in boxing and be hungry and get ready for that title fight, to run off into the night with that British title.
Do you know when the fans can be expecting that fight? Back end of Jan, spring, back end of Feb?
I think we're looking probably back end of maybe March. We're looking about March, I think, back end of Feb. So we're just waiting on the date to be confirmed, and when it does, we'll be in camp and it'll be go time.
Oh, lovely. Thanks for having us, Craig. Obviously, before we go, you want to give a shout out to your fans for us?
Yeah, I want to thank out everyone who supported me. The fan base is growing. started local areas in South London. You know, being a South London boy, a lot of South London, been behind supporting, representing, moving through London. And I just thank all the supporters to keep growing, everyone getting behind me from everywhere. And also, I'd love to massive shout out to my sponsors. You know, they're doing a tremendous job supporting me and helping me through camps and etc. Like Capital Waste, they've done a brilliant job supporting me. Lewis Access, Sean the Print Town, the Mill Team. We got Kamikaze. We got Elite's been helping out the gym. We got Everlast helping, Ringside helping, and it goes on and on. And all these guys, my sponsors, such as like these Capital Waste or Lewis Access, Sean. They've been, some of them like Sean and Lewis Access and these companies, they've been on board from early and they've been behind supporting.
You saying they didn't jump on when the money comes?
I got to really thank them for sticking in and riding this journey, because they're more than just sponsors to me. A lot of them, they're friends, and we've grown a good relationship. So I just like to thank them all. And even like companies like Ringside supported me from the amateurs from day one. You know, I've got to really be thankful for that.
I appreciate your time. Let's get a fight prediction for you for the Shakan fight before you go.
Jeez, okay, yo. Nah, I think I don't like putting my finger on it, but I definitely will win, and I believe it will be inside the distance.
Thank you very much, sir. It's the Fight Fan TV. I'm out.